you ever seen an athlete rewrite the rulebook on sponsorships? Have you wondered how a single deal could shake up an entire league? According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world. Have you noticed what Caitlin Clark did recently? She altered the terms of sponsorships rather than merely signing a contract. Not only is Clark's new $13-session partnership innovative, but this is also when things start to become truly interesting. As Clark starts to make big changes, you won't believe the reactions of some WNBA players to this agreement, which has the potential to alter the game. Stay tuned as we explore the drama, which includes Aja Wilson's answer and the ripple effects through women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's move wasn't just another headline. She sat down with Wilson Sporting Goods and, instead of taking a standard pay-per-year deal, she pushed for equity, profit sharing, and creative input. That bold ask turned heads in boardrooms and locker rooms alike. Suddenly, it wasn't just about a paycheck. It was about rewriting the playbook on how athletes collaborate with brands. In a world where rookie stars often get handed generic contracts, Clark's savvy negotiation felt like a shot across the bow to the entire sports industry. And the WNBA? Well, some of its biggest names felt the tremors of this seismic shift. When word got out, tweets flew faster than breakaway dunks. Some vets whispered that Clark was overstepping, that she didn't need to tinker with tradition. Others cheered, saying it was high time someone did. Amid the chatter, the most vocal response came from none other than Aja Wilson. The Indiana Fever's star forward, fresh off her own landmark contract, remarked that while innovation is fine, respect for the past is what built this league. That comment sparked a fresh debate. Should rising stars push boundaries or honor the foundations laid by earlier champions? Meanwhile, Wilson Sporting Goods and supermarket giant Hy-Vee teamed up for a limited edition drop. The Dreamer and Tribute Clark basketballs in purple and yellow. These balls weren't just gear, they were conversation starters, each design nodding to a milestone in Clark's journey from college phenom to WNBA sensation. The campaign's flashy videos, smiling faces, passing the ball under neon lights drove fans wild. Within 40 minutes of launch, tens of thousands of these balls vanished into shopping carts. It was a scene straight out of a marketing thriller with Clark at the center. That sellout run wasn't a fluke. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise like few athletes ever have. Remember Michael Jordan's signature Wilson collection back in the 80s? Clark just became the first woman and second athlete ever to earn that level of brand faith from Wilson. Her first drop smashed records, echoing Jordan's legendary hype, but for a new era. And unlike the days when women's sports struggled for shelf space, Clark's line flew off stands before you could say alley-oop. But while Wilson and Hy-Vee rode high, Nike sat silent. Reports claim they handed Clark a $28 million contract but never activated a single ad campaign. No signature shoe, no viral video, no billboard takeover. In an age when even mid-tier influencers get splashy launches, Clark's Nike dormancy felt absurd. Fans asked, where is the Clark gear? Why is the biggest sportswear giant letting this golden goose roam unguarded? Industry insiders weighed in, shrugging at Nike's hesitation. Some said Nike feared favoring a rookie over established stars. Others whispered politics about MVP controversies and sponsor loyalties. But with Clark's jersey sales up over 500%, the silence looked less like strategy and more like a misstep. Every day without a shoe drop felt like a day Nike left money on the table and gave their rivals an edge in the women's game. As Clark continues her breakout season, the stakes keep rising. Will she break scoring records? Will she haul home MVP hardware? Probably, but her biggest win may be off the court, where she's already scored a multi-billion-dollar contract that challenges an entire business model. From basketball rims to executive suites, her influence is rewriting playbooks. The fallout extends beyond contract. Sponsors now eye every rising star, wondering who will be next to demand equity instead of a flat fee. Leagues face pressure to give women's sports the marketing muscle they've long deserved. And fans? They get to watch not only highlight reels, but history in the making. The shockwaves from Caitlin Clark's $13 million deal are still rippling through the sports world, and the aftershocks are only growing stronger. Veteran players whisper in locker rooms, debating whether rookies should stick to slinging shots on the court instead of striking big business bargains. Agents who once brokered cookie-cutter deals are scrambling to update their playbooks, fearing they might be left relics of a bygone era. Meanwhile, sponsors are tripping over themselves in boardrooms, vying to prove they can be as forward-thinking as Clark. This isn't just a single contract. It's a challenge to every corporate executive who has ever undervalued female athletes. League officials have convened urgent meetings to assess the fallout. Some worry that Clark's unconventional demands could spark a talent exodus from other leagues as rising stars realize they possess more leverage than they ever imagined. Others argue that the WNBA itself should normalize profit sharing and equity stakes to prevent internal rifts. The tension is real. Traditionalists see Clark's moves as a threat to stability, while progressives hail her as a trailblazer who will open doors for every woman who dons a jersey. The debate has shifted from gossip columns to serious boardroom strategy sessions. On social media, hashtags praising Clark's business-savvy trend just as often as those mourning Nike's silence. Memes of Clark signing papers with a knowing grin circulate alongside screenshots of empty Nike promotional calendars. Fans demand to know why the world's top sports brand treats her like wallpaper. Meanwhile, rival brands showcase their support by highlighting how they're pivoting marketing dollars toward women's sports. Each new ad campaign, each fresh product drop feels like another poke at Nike's dormant strategy. The message is clear. In 2025, you either evolve or get left behind. Across the country, college basketball programs see a surge in applications. Young athletes, emboldened by Clark's success, believe they too can combine athletic prowess with boardroom clout. High school coaches report that their top recruits now list business aspirations alongside athletic goals. Sports management programs see record enrollment as students clamor to learn how to negotiate multi-billion-dollar partnerships. Caitlin Clark's influence has extended beyond basketball courts. It's inspiring a new generation to view themselves not just as players, but as entrepreneurs. At the same time, the conversation around athlete compensation has reached a fever pitch. Commentators debate whether profit-sharing clauses should become standard in all professional sports contracts. Some propose that leagues allocate a percentage of league-wide sponsorship revenue to a collective fund for players. Others suggest individual negotiations remain the norm, arguing that equity deals require too much legal overhead. But as Clark's contract continues baking in headlines, the idea of giving athletes a real stake in their own success gains momentum. Inside Wilson Sporting Goods, the mood is triumphant. Executives high-five each other over quarterly reports showing record sales in women's gear. Their marketing team basks in the glow of viral videos showing fans unboxing Clark's signature basketballs. They've unlocked a blueprint for turning athletic icons into genuine brand partners, not mere endorsers. Anticipation builds as they plan the next collaboration. Rumors hint at limited edition sneakers and even lifestyle apparel. Every new product announcement is a chance to further cement their role as pioneers in women's sports marketing. IV2 is riding high after the Dreamer and Tribute drops. The grocery chain reports that foot traffic soared the week of the launch, with fans snapping up special edition balls alongside their groceries. Store managers describe scenes more akin to concert merch tables than supermarket aisles. Executives joke that their produce section has never looked so lonely. They've even toyed with pop-up events featuring pop-and-shoot stands in parking lots. The partnership with Clark has redefined what a supermarket can mean for community engagement.
After seeing the stock numbers on the Caitlin Clark Kobe 5, I'm realizing that I was completely wrong about these. Initially, I thought that these might not perform.
Across from these triumphs lies Nike's silent headquarters, where PR teams scramble to draft statements that never get sent. Rumor has it they've floated internal proposals for a surprise drop of Clark gear, only to shelve them for fear of overshadowing their established roster. Brand managers wring their hands as competitor ads highlight Nike's absence. Every day without action sharpens the sting of missed opportunity. Meanwhile, every fan share of a Wilson or Hy-V post feels like salt in the brand's dormant wounds.
If you're a fan of Caitlin Clark, I got some good news for you. She's been doing her thing on and off the court, so Nike is showing some appreciation and letting her have her own shoe. They're dropping a new Kobe 5 Pro Toe. This is going to be the first.
Back in the WNBA, athletes weigh their options. Some wonder if they should follow Clark's lead and push for equity. Others worry that asking for too much too soon could backfire, leading to backlash or strained relationships. Team captains hold closed-door talks about collective bargaining strategies that might include profit-sharing pools. Unions watch closely, seeing this moment as ripe for renegotiating league contracts. The league's future compensation model hangs in the balance, with Clark's deal serving as both inspiration and cautionary tale. For sports journalists, every angle feels ripe for coverage. Columns analyze Clark's legal team, speculating on clauses that could give her veto power over future brand choices. Podcasts debate the ethics of profit sharing versus performance bonuses. Talk shows invite former athletes to share war stories of tough negotiations and capped salaries. Even political commentators chime in, comparing Clark's deal to corporate CEOs demanding board seats. It's a media frenzy that shows no signs of cooling.
Shoe that Nike has made in her honor, and they are actually looking fire. And here's a photo of Caitlin actually rocking them while warming up. And these will be limited. They are actually only dropping on 2 different websites besides.
Meanwhile, international athletes take notes. Overseas leagues, Europe, Australia, China, see the Clark effect as proof that women's sports can command serious dollars. Agents pitch equity-based deals to top players, hoping to replicate the WNBA's newfound blueprint. National federations wonder if they should adjust their own athlete compensation structures. The world begins to ask, will the next global women's soccer star or tennis icon be the one to leverage Clark's precedent into even bigger deals? Back home, fans debate at sports bars and online forums whether Clark's contract is a boon or a burden for the league. Some cheer that she's putting women's sports on a financial pedestal. Others worry about widening gaps between star players and role players. Conversations about team chemistry and locker room cohesion heat up. Coaches talk about managing egos in practices where one player holds literal shares of a sponsor. The old dynamics of camaraderie get an upgrade into boardroom savvy.
Sneakers, and that is Dick's Sporting Goods and Foot Locker. And also the Nike Sneakers app at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 30th for $190. Are you guys going for them? Let me know if you like them, and let me know how you feel about them. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Yet through it all, Clark remains focused on her game. She posts candid photos from practice, reminding everyone that she's still an athlete first. Interviews show her cracking jokes about free throw rituals and travel routines. She highlights her teammates' achievements, making it clear that this deal is for the whole league, not just her. That humility only amplifies her brand, making fans root for her on and off the court. It's a savvy balance of star power and team spirit. Looking ahead, the question isn't if other players will demand similar deals, but when. As rookies enter the draft, their agents already draft letters of intent that include equity asks. Veteran stars, too, consider renegotiations. Sponsors plan RFPs that factor in profit-sharing models. The entire sports marketing ecosystem braces for a new normal, one where athletes have real ownership over the brands they help build.
So just wait for that one. But yeah, you got the yellow. They look a little similar to the Bruce Lees that I wear, but like still different. I like the gold swoosh. It's the black and yellow. You can't go wrong.
Caitlin Clark's $13 deal isn't an outlier. It's the opening salvo in a new era. We're witnessing the shift from athletes as mere spokespeople to bona fide stakeholders. From locker rooms to executive suites, from supermarkets to social media feeds, her influence reshapes expectations. And as the next generation watches, they see a world where talent and tenacity can turn into tangible ownership. Data analysts watching sponsorship trends couldn't believe their dashboards. By running Python scripts on streaming viewership and social media buzz, they saw Clark's name spike in red-hot alerts. In the past, brands relied on gut feel and handshake deals. Now big data tools map every hashtag, every click, guiding multi-billion-dollar contracts. This shift shows that precision and analytics traits any good Python program embodies, are transforming how athletes prove their worth.
It's just the best color. Honestly, I didn't design these ones. I just said, yes, I love them, please give them to me. So they do their job, they do it really well, so they're pretty cool.
Television networks are scrambling to claim more WNBA airtime. ESPN reported a 30% jump in ratings for Clark's games, shattering years of flat viewership numbers. Regional sports channels that once scheduled women's games at odd hours now fight for prime slots. Advertisers have noticed too. Commercial breaks during WNBA broadcasts now sell out in minutes. It seems that on-court excitement paired with Clark's star power has turned a niche league into primetime property. Still, traditionalists cling to memories of a simpler era. Back then, female players worked double shifts, coaching clinics by day and stocking shelves by night to make ends meet. Endorsements were limited to glossy newsletters, never national campaigns. Clark's deal may feel revolutionary, but it builds on decades of hard work by WNBA pioneers. Honoring that legacy means celebrating how far we've come, even as we embrace bold new moves.
It's pretty cool. It's got I feel like it's Fever, but it's also Iowa, so you get the best of both worlds. I have another one that you'll probably see me wear later on that is even more Fever.
So buckle up. The landscape of sports sponsorship will never look the same. Contracts will grow longer, talks will get tougher, and brands will have to prove they're true partners. And through it all, Caitlin Clark will continue to show how a player can be more than an athlete. She can be a game changer in every sense of the word. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into Clark's revolutionary deal, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and drop a comment below. Let us know where you stand on this new era of athlete empowerment.